Alright everybody, welcome back to the Meat Stew 232 channel. I am Meat Stew and this is part 7 of a complete beginner tutorial guide on 7 Days to Die. Again, we are not going to change any settings. We're just going to get right back into the game. Last time we looted the motel. We looked for a workbench in the gas station. We did a few other things. We started the treasure map. We are currently on our way to that treasure map. Today we will be going to the treasure map, and if we have enough time, we'll make our way to the trader as well. So this is up to the northwest. First thing I do when I get back in the game is check my character. Food 50%, water 40%. We're doing all right. I don't have much of anything in my inventory right now. Excuse me. And let's see, we're going to check the skills, see if we have any skill points. We have no skill points available. There's a zombie coming now. Got some water now, that's good. So yeah, we opened up the treasure map. It popped up this little icon on our map. I would go after this deer, but I left my bow and arrow at the base. So that's a missed opportunity right there. If you guys like the content I'm putting out, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. There are also links to my Discord and my Twitch in the description. And usually I'll mention a few other channels that have kind of inspired me to continue making content for this channel. So if you guys go check those guys out, there's quite an array. There's some other 7 Days streamers. There are people who talk about creating channels. And I've missed like 3 deer already. Can I get him with a knife? I'm gonna run out of stamina. Swing and a miss. What are you doing, buddy? You can see the technique there, just kind of swing and sprint backwards, and most of the time they will miss you when they swing at you. Hey, 2 more treasure maps. That is rather nice. Let's see whose treasure maps they are. Open the inventory, hit triangle on this. This is Stefan's treasure map. So you can have 2 treasure maps open. You can have more than 1 treasure map open at a time, but I can't have like 2 of Stefan's. And I think right now we have Nicole's map active. So you can't have 2 of the same person's treasure map open at once. Looks like we got a tent behind us. I'm going to take care of these guys real quick. Oh, got hit. Oh no, 3rd one. All right, I'm bleeding out. So I'm going to wait for my health to go down a bit. I think the med kits heal about 40 points. So before I use that, I'm going to wait to get to about 60, which is coming up here in just a second. And I keep walking on cactus. All right. Yeah, so that healed 43 points of damage and it stopped the bleed out. And you just scroll over to that using your left and right bumpers to navigate through your toolbar, and then to use an item like that you would just hit L2. See if we got any goodies. Some sham sandwiches. Here's a pile of garbage. Scavenging level 9 now. See, I couldn't search these guys because I was busy fighting, so they turned into corpses. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I keep everything. If you're in a bind, you can eat these sham sandwiches, but I would not recommend it. I've talked about that in a previous video. They will keep you alive. Oh, looks like we got pistol receiver. Some more clothes. But yeah, I am a hoarder. I keep everything. A lot of people drop the sham sandwiches. Later on, you can use those to make like antibiotics and stuff, but those are in fairly high supply anyway. Oh, this is a good opportunity to talk about this. These cooking pots, when they're out in the wild, it could either be a cooking pot or it could be a landmine, and they will blow you up. So if it gives you the option to pick it up with triangle, it is not a landmine. If it does not give you that option, it is probably a landmine. Just going to search everything we can, keep leveling up our scavenging skill, and we'll take everything we can. These corpses are really good places to find gun parts and ammunition. He had a magnum frame and an empty can. We just keep making our way towards the treasure chest over here. All I got from that guy was some rotting flesh. That does not have a smell to it, as far as I know. Let's check that out in the inventory. So if you hit triangle on this, it'll tell you what it does. Fullness, you can also survive on this stuff, but that's a worse idea than sham sandwiches. Lowers your hydration, lowers your stamina, and a 100% chance of giving you food poisoning. You can also use the rotting flesh to make fertilizer. So I hold on to everything. So if you look on the compass here, we've made it to the treasure, and you'll see once I get close enough, that icon starts flashing red, and this is giving you a radius of where to search for the treasure. Alright, so now it has disappeared and returned behind me. So we're going to use our shovel, and we're just going to dig for a while. This might take us a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the trader before it gets dark, but hopefully we find the treasure soon enough. Now, you don't want to dig straight down. Typically speaking, you'll find the treasure chests no more than 3 blocks down, but you just kind of dig until you find this thing. Alright, so we have found our treasure chest. It didn't take very much digging. I do want to talk about this real quick though. If you come to the skills menu and you scroll over to the right using the right stick, you can find on the last page this perk here called Treasure Hunter. It improves your compass treasure tracking and you get better at finding treasure. So there are 3 ranks of this. If we had more skill points, we would have gotten the first rank already. Basically, it just lowers the radius. You can still see that red flashing icon. It just decreases the radius where that icon will flash red. So let's say it disappears right here next to this boulder, and it disappears right here next to this corn here, which I'm also gonna pick up. I hear some zombies. Oh yeah, the crackhead. All right. Crumping over there. Cool. So yeah, it just lowers the radius, the search radius that you need to look through in order to find the treasure chest. Let's open this up, see what we got. Alright, this is a good haul. We have 20,000 Duke's Casino tokens and 3,001 more. 23,000, that is a ton of money. We've got almost 800 9mm rounds, and we have an SMG barrel. Alright, so let's see if I can get out of this hole again. There we go. And we are going to make our way back to base. I'm just going to run straight there because I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get to the trader before nightfall. And if we don't have enough time to do that, then I will cut the video and just go through night. I've already gone over nerd crafting and all of this stuff in previous videos. So, yeah, we will cut the video, I'll play through the night, and then when morning comes, I'll take you guys to the trader. But I think we might be able to squeeze it out before the trader closes. Alright, so we did manage to get a pig. I'm going to drop the rotting flesh. I'm going to scrap this empty can. I'm also going to scrap this cooking pot since we already have one. And that will allow us to harvest the meat, animal fat, and animal hide from this pig. And the bones will go in our remaining slot. So, these bags just fell out. If your inventory is full and an item you're hitting provides you more resources than you can hold, it will just drop it in those bags on the ground. That was more rotting flesh, and I already dropped a couple of those just to hold all of the animal resources. So when I do junk dumps like this, I want to, if you hit L3 when you have a container open, it will drag everything that you already hold in your own inventory into your inventory. So anything that's stackable will just go right there. So I have cleared out a bit of space here. I'm going to do that in both chests because I haven't sorted any of this stuff. And then there are a few things that we want to do before we go to the trader. For now, I am just going to dump all of this stuff that I want to keep. Let's see, we can scrap that wooden club because I can make them. I want to hold on to the shirts. I'm going to put the water, sham sandwiches. Keep all the gun parts because you'll be able to build them later. Keep your treasure maps, obviously. Keep your food. All right, let's see. Okay, so when we go to the trader, I do want to take all of my clothing items because they sell for a pretty good price. However, we do have a lot of dukes now that we spent that time getting the treasure chest. Let's see. You know what? Typically, you would want to repair these items. So with a cloth fragment, I can repair that 586 red skull cap. So if you just open the inventory and you highlight the skull cap with triangle, and you'll see on this menu here, you can wear it, or you can hit left on the D-pad to repair it. It will also tell you the repair item over here. We need a cloth fragment. So I'm going to hit left. It uses that cloth fragment. It repairs the skull cap, and it does diminish the quality rating by a little bit. All right, let's see if we can make it to the trader before he closes. Let's look at our map. He's right over here. That's not very far. We're going to be cutting it close, though. Okay, so we have a couple other biomes here. It looks like a very small snow biome, a forest biome, and this is the wasteland. So I would highly recommend staying out of the wasteland. It looks like our trader might be in there. Oh yeah, he is. He's right there. Perfect. Exactly where I don't want to be. We're going to follow the forest until we can't. Alright, so you have to be very careful going through the wasteland. I think his entrance is on this left side over here. The reason you need to be careful in the wasteland is because powerful monsters spawn here, and also landmines will spawn. If I had more time, I would show you an effective way to avoid the landmines. I'm going to take this burning barrel just because I think they look cool. And when you're near a trader, you can't damage any of the blocks around the trader. You can pick things up like this rock, but like you can't harvest this iron. It makes that weird sound. You can't take that boulder. And he's got a door. Stays unlocked. It is almost 6:30. I'm not sure what time this trader closes, but you'll end up inside of a compound like this. I'm also going to take this burning barrel. Let's see. Can't take anything, can't hit anything. Sometimes around the trader you'll find containers you can search like this. Nothing in that one. Sometimes you'll find a workbench or a cement mixer that you can use. There is also a game exploit where you can take the cement mixer or workbench should you find access to one. He's got these blueberries growing here. And you can pick those up. And you can either use these to plant your own blueberries later, or you can make blueberry pie with them, or you can just take them out of the trader's front yard and sell them to him. Oh, that's the wrong building. I'm gonna go over here. So wherever you see the open sign, just go in there. And we have found Trader Jimmy. So we're just gonna talk to him real quick.
Unless you'd like to die in my store.
Alright, well I will appease you, Jimmy. I will put away my weapon.
You smell like the dead. You better have money.
I smell like the dead and I better have money, huh? Alright, well I'm just gonna sell him this stuff. So sell price on this is not very much. It's 3. You just highlight it with triangle and hit up on the D-pad. And we've got plenty of dukes right now. This is the currency in the game. These casino tokens here. But I did want to talk about a couple things. I'm going to sell him these blueberries. So the sell price is only 2, but I have 48 of them. So that's going to give us, what, 96? Sorry, you've got to hit fast forward there. He won't. It turns out he won't buy any less than 5 of those. The painkillers are really effective to sell as well. So if I hit up all the way on that, it'll tell me 490 that he's going to give me. Alright, and the coffee beans are alright to sell too. You can make coffee out of this and it sells for a bit of a better price. But we'll touch on that later when I do a farming video. So in here is his inventory of stuff for sale. So let's see if there's anything that he has that we are going to need and is reasonably priced. He's got a crossbow. It'll tell you the quality rating here and how much it's going to cost. I might consider that. Oh, there's a 204. That's pretty good. I think I am going to get that, actually. It's only 874 and we've got 23,000. So highlight it. You hit X on these items and it'll highlight it, and hit up on the D-pad to buy that, and it dropped that right in my inventory. So if I want to sell that back to him, I get less than 10% of what I bought it from him for. So we bought the crossbow. Let's see. Shotguns, 8,300 dukes. There are a couple things I'm looking for here. Vitamins are pretty good to have, but you find those some places. I don't think it's worth 200 dukes. And then all of this stuff is the stuff that I just sold him. Now, up here, up top, all the way over to the right is Secret Stash. So you always want to check this one because he might have some useful things. And it turns out he does. He has mini bikes for dumb shits. So I'm going to highlight this. This is a crafting book that you need in order to be able to build the mini bike. I am going to buy that just because we picked up that treasure and we've got tons of money. Let's see. Do I know the shotgun schematic? I will buy that as well. The leather leg armor schematic. I will buy. And he does have some pretty good armor here. Just because we're stocked up, I'm gonna buy this pistol, 7,200. And I'm gonna buy these iron boots for 2,600. Now he did not have what I hoped he would have, which was a workbench. So it turns out we're having trouble finding a workbench. He doesn't really have any helpful tools for us. I'm just going to look through these one more time, see if I'm overlooking something that might be helpful. Let me see. He's got 170 of these. The buy price is 151 for 5 of them, so you're basically paying 30 per crossbow bolt. And in case we need some of these, let's see, how much am I willing to pay for this? We've got almost 10,000 dukes left. I'll go ahead and spend 1,500 on 50 crossbow bolts, just in case we need that on the way home. It is getting pretty close to dark.
A sale is a sale.
And the time is 7:34, so I'm going to make some inventory adjustments here. I want to keep my knife down there. I'm just going to bring the crossbow into the inventory and slide everything over one slot, like so. And I'm going to go ahead and read all of these schematics that I bought. You just hit left on the D-pad after you highlight it with triangle. I'm going to wear these iron boots just because they are way better than my plant fiber shoes, and I'm going to scrap these plant fiber shoes. Alright, pretty successful trader run. And let's see, there's a building over here that I want to search. Again, when you use a new ranged weapon, you have to hold circle, and you can navigate around this little menu that pops up when you hold circle with the left stick, and then highlight the weapon that the projectile that you want to use, and release circle, and it will equip that. Now, I'm pretty sure the trader closes at 8 p.m. That time may vary, but I'm gonna stay here until he closes, just so you guys can see what happens if you're inside the trader when he closes. And I could definitely hear zombies outside, so see what I can search in here before he closes. Ooh, athletics level 20. And I have 15 skill points. Alright. That is pretty cool. We're going to go to the skills page, and we're going to check out another level of Sexy Rexy. So I'll highlight this. It costs 10 points to get, and we still need more. We need more stamina regeneration. So I am going to buy that, and we have 5 skill points left over. So now we're rank 3 in Sexual Tyrannosaur. Wow, he didn't close at 8. Alright, well, I'll just explain it to you then. When the trader closes, the game will automatically kick you out of the trader and spawn you directly outside of the trader. So if he closes, at 9 p.m., that is not going to give us enough time to get home before dark. So I'm just going to leave of my own accord, and if he closes at 10 p.m., then the zombies will already be running by the time it spawns us outside of the trader. So look at my map, remember which direction we came from. It is that way. And again, you want to watch out for landmines here. I'll show you a little trick I learned recently from Jason's Gaming. If you come and use your wood frames, you can place these. Oh, it won't let you place them close to the trader. Let's see if I can find an appropriate spot. There. So you place a wood frame, and this does take quite a while, but the game will not allow you to place a wood frame on top of a landmine, so you'll know it's there. So I would recommend this. It is kind of time consuming, but then you always have a path that you can use in and out of the wasteland. The other thing that can happen to you in the wasteland is that dogs will spawn, and ferals can also spawn. Ferals always run, and they can always sense you. Alright guys, well, we didn't get the workbench taken care of. I do want to talk about that though real quick. If you can't find a workbench, there is a skill here, which I should have gotten just a moment ago. It is a 15-point skill. You require construction tools level 20. Now again, construction tools would be something like your stone axe. So you can level your construction skill to 20. You can see right here mine is at 15. So I wouldn't have been able to get the workbench perk anyway, but once I get that construction tools skill to 15, then I can purchase the workbench with 15 skill points. So I need 2 more levels before that's available. I'm gonna head back to base. That is gonna do it for this video. I think for the next few days, I'm not going to post my playthroughs. I might stream them to Twitch. Again, there's a link to my Twitch in the description of this video. There's also a link to the Discord. You can jump in there, exchange PSNs with people, and you know, get in on some games with us. We got a few different projects. There's a few people working on different things, so go check that out. And also the Discord will give you notifications of whenever I start streaming to Twitch. And once I get 50 subscribers on this page, then I will start streaming live to YouTube. So yeah, guys, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will come back probably just before Horde Night for the next video.